Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, colleagues and friends. What a great idea of Klaus Töpfer and his team from the Institute of Advanced Sustainability Studies to bring us all together. I have to say I was really thrilled when the Institute first came with the idea to kickstart a Global Soil Week. And my first question was, why didn't it happen earlier? There's a World Water Week, there's a World Water Forum, a global water partnership, water here, water there. And if you look at who is dealing with soils, you find a lot of important initiatives, even a convention, and FAO is doing some work. But at the global level, bringing everybody together, it has not happened before. And therefore, I would like to start with thanking you and congratulating you, bringing us all together, bringing people together from different countries, from various disciplines, from developed and developing countries. Land degradation is not an issue of developed or developing countries, it's a global issue, and we have to have adequate approaches. Bringing people from different backgrounds and different cultures, and this is exactly what we need if we want to tackle the challenge. And therefore, I would like to present in the next 5 minutes what will be FAO's contribution to this effort, and we are really committed to work in partnership. The challenge ahead of us is so big that there is no room for competition between different agencies or different initiatives. In the end, we can only make a difference if we work together. And I think the movie has demonstrated how big the challenge is. And therefore, I would like to start with giving to you or presenting to you very simple messages. FAO believes that sustainable development cannot be fully realized unless hunger and malnutrition are eradicated. We see that sustainable development and eradication of hunger are intrinsically linked. But we also know that food systems, this means production systems and consumption systems, must become sustainable. And this requires a major change. And sustainable management of soils and governance of natural resources are essential. So if we bring together eradication of hunger, sustainable food production and consumption systems, and governance of natural resources, this is what we are talking about here at the Global Soil Week. A very broad range of issues, and we should not fall into the trap that some people say we have to achieve environmental goals and others say we need social goals, or we have to look at the economics. We will only be successful if we bring these things together. And therefore, the big question is, why are soils so overlooked? And why aren't they higher on the political agenda? And what you can see here on this picture is fertile soil after 10 or 20 years of unsustainable management practices. This is the difference. Gone forever. And the question is, what can we do or what do we have to do to change these things? And if you look at only one of the maps FAO has produced, and you don't have to look into details, red means here we have problems with soils. And we have also produced another map where we looked at agricultural production systems at risk. And we did not only look at problems related to land or water, but also to biodiversity or salination. And what we can see is that many of the major production systems where our food production relies on is already at risk today. So it's high time to change things, and soils are, as I tried to say in the beginning, in the center of it. And therefore, again, some very simple messages. Business as usual will only increase the problems. Climate change, we know it, will put unprecedented pressure on our natural resources. And at the same time, we have to produce more for a growing population. Food, fuel, fiber, everything. And therefore, I'm convinced that we can only find a solution if we bring things together. We have to produce more in a sustainable way, and we can only protect our natural resources if we link them to production. This does not include protection of natural resources or protected areas. But in the end, and this is my main message to this Global Soil Week, we have to link production and sustainable use and conservation of natural resources. If we try to deal with these issues in a separate way, we will not manage it. And I have not mentioned the word financial crisis. This is one of the reasons, but not the only one. And therefore, FAO, and this is what I would like to present in the remaining 2 minutes and 2 seconds, has started the Global Soil Partnership. We did analyze in the beginning, where is the starting point? Not only for the Global Soil Partnership, but also for our joint undertaking of the Global Soil Week. The soil data, they are very fragmented. They are partially outdated. The capacities in science and extension, they are a scarce resource too. If we look at soil knowledge and research, they are also fragmented. So we have to bring things together. Awareness in investments in soil management, extremely low and going down since many years. Soil policy, very often perceived as a second-tier priority. Everything else is more important, and then the soils have disappeared. And need for compatible and coordinated soil policies at local, national, regional, and global level. And therefore, FAO has launched in September 2011 a soil partnership, where we, together with partners, and I'm happy that the Global Soil Week, the Institute for Advanced Sustainability Studies, UNCCT, UNEP, and other partners were present at this launch, where we have started a process to improve coordination and governance through an intergovernmental mechanism. I think what is really missing at global level is an intergovernmental mechanism to deal with the challenges of soils. But we have to put the national and regional needs in the center. We will not be successful if we look from high up in the sky at the problems at local level. We have to start from the local and national level to identify problems and identify solutions. Therefore, we have to involve local institutions and communities, and we have to catalyze effective investment. That's a brief overview how our Global Soil Partnership will look like. We need all of you as partners, as I said in the beginning. Let's not make the mistake that after having taken a very first step forward to go back into our old silos, one people are looking at issue A, others at issue B. This will not solve the problem. We have to find a way to collaborate, and we have to find a way to put existing problems on the table. And therefore, we have started in FAO regional initiatives in Asia, coordinated by the Soil Science Institute of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, together with 16 countries, to look at what are the problems in the region, and a communiqué was approved in the meeting in February this year. In the Middle East and North Africa region, coordinated by the Ministry of Agriculture in Jordan and ICARDA, an Amman communiqué. In Latin America, we organized the countries and brought them together, and currently we are looking forward to identify who and which region in Africa could take the lead. And therefore, we would like to bring together activities at regional level, at global level, bring it together in order to find solutions. And the Global Soil Week has to play a central role. Klaus Töpfer started in the beginning telling us he has taken a risk. Yes, indeed, it was a risk to invite all of us. But they all showed up. And now the biggest risk for you is we all expect you to continue with your efforts. We all want the Institute and your team to carry the flag and to go ahead, and after we have come to a conclusion, together with all of us, to identify a concrete plan for action. We definitely need it, and we need your leadership. Thanks a lot for inviting us.